I kicked her out of the house.
Oh, wait, she cheated on you.
Yeah, 10 months into the marriage, she spent the night at this gentleman's house, but we did agree to an open marriage. We spent 2 hours with him.
Whose idea was open marriage? Was it yours or hers?
It was hers. She was proposing it. Very clear.
Things aren't looking good when it comes to this situation here for Gino. Gino has literally been shot in the foot. I feel like Gino should really learn from this experience. And when I say that, what I mean is he should learn to stop using his money to lure women from other countries to be with him. Because this isn't his first, of course, marriage from a woman that is from outside the States. This happened, of course, with his ex-wife. And it is kind of clear to us that that relationship was probably a relationship that was funded by his own bank account. Because that seems to be his whole personality. How much money they can give a woman and how much they're willing to stick around. That's what it feels like. But whether or not he'll learn this is a whole different conversation. But let's get into this madness because, boy, the news that he finds out here with his lawyer, trust me when I tell you, I wouldn't want this to happen to my... I was gonna say I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, but let's get into
It. To me that I was used for a green card is I reported her for immigration fraud. Basically, I gave all the details to immigration, what happened, the cheating, and this person. When I submitted the green card, I submitted it. I updated it and told them that she was pregnant.
Gino's out here doing the madness. He's like, listen, I want this woman gone. I want her out. Okay, I've told them everything that they need to know. Okay, now all I'm waiting is for them to be motivated to listen to what I've got to say or listen to what I've said, and hopefully they're gonna give her the swing, give her the boot outside of the country.
Okay, that's...
On the second time.
Okay, on that.
Is there?
There is. So the question is the child yours?
Not mine, it's his.
Some bad news here is you may be aware as we were doing before that I'll kind of tell you what the law is. I'll tell you Michigan law, when you are married and a child is born, during that marriage, or the husband here, you're presumed to be the father.
The look on his face. You know, I feel like at this moment, this is the moment where Gino was like, I should have just put her kids on the freaking visa. If I'd put her damn kids on that freaking visa and they were here in America, I probably wouldn't have been in this predicament. Whether or not Jasmine would have still been with him or not is still the question. But at least she probably wouldn't have gone off and got pregnant, more or less. That's what he's thinking about. I mean, at least that's what you should be thinking. I should have just put those kids on those damn visa. And it's crazy because Gino obviously wanted to have kids of his own with Jasmine. Jasmine obviously didn't want to do that. And instead she has a kid with somebody else. But the maddest thing about it is that if he had had a kid with Jasmine, then he would have been liable for the kid obviously he had with Jasmine, right? But instead, because he married her and she had a kid with somebody else, he's still liable for a child, even though it's not actually biologically his. Yo, you couldn't write this. This is absolutely crazy. Imagine that. Wanting to have a child of a woman, then she has a child with somebody else, but you're still liable for that child as if that child is yours. But is there a way out of it? Of course there's a way out of it. The question is, though, the way out of it is actually going to happen for him. Ooh.
You have a legal obligation and a financial obligation to that child.
What?
With this baby, you have an obligation until the baby turns 18 or graduates from high school. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars that you'll be paying in child support.
That must have hurt the soul. Because I know for a fact, if I had been in that position, oh, goodness gracious me. The thoughts, I would have been having so many dark thoughts. I'm not going to lie to you folks. Boy. I'll be thinking about all of my life choices at that point. And yeah, they wouldn't be looking good. Jesus. But this is the thing though. What is life really about, folks? Life is about processing everything it's about experiencing many things and doing what we can to learn from those experiences, you know, and when we learn from those experiences, we're supposed to then obviously, you know, improve ourselves moving forward. But that isn't the scenario here. That isn't the scenario here, man. Obviously, this is a man that's probably been living the same type of behavior, same type of mistakes for the past 50 plus years. And now this one has come up and bit him in the ass massively. I guess when it came to Jasmine, he just messed with the wrong one. I tell you what would make it more iconic if Jasmine knew all of these things all along. And she had it all in play. I probably shouldn't be laughing, but boy, can you really feel sorry for Gino? Let me know your thoughts on that one, please.
If the father of the child is willing to do an affidavit to indicate that he is the father of the child, there's ways around it, but there's time limits on this too. The law.
I'm gonna lie to you. So obviously one of the ways around it is obviously getting Matt to pretty much do the affidavit or even have a DNA test, all that kind of stuff. I mean, if I'm Matt now and I know that another man can pay for all the expenses of the child that I have with my woman, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna be a man, a real man, and be like, listen, I'm gonna do the affidavit because obviously I can look after my own child and my own woman because I'm a real man. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the responsibility that I sign up for, and I'm more than happy to do it. Is Matt the kind of man to be like that? Or is he the kind of man to be like, maybe I want to be petty. Maybe I want to be petty. Maybe I want him to pay for this child until the child is 18. Then also on top of that, we also have to take into account Jasmine's involvement in this. Because Jasmine's the kind of person that I can imagine that probably say to Matt, don't do no affidavit, don't do no DNA test, don't do none of this stuff, okay? Let's make sure Gino pays for this child for the next 18 years because, but Jasmine, on the other hand, she would look at it as, well, if Matt doesn't have to pay for the child, well, that means Matt has more money to spend on what? On her. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was her mentality, to be honest with you, but boy, talk about being shot in the foot massively.
You need to do this within 3 years of birth. Since there's a minor child involved, the statutory waiting period is now 180 days or 6 months. So from the time of filing, it's going to take a minimum of 6 months to get divorced.
Because Jasmine is going to have to.
Ooh-wee. And I believe if the child wasn't involved, it'd take about 30 days to get to get the divorce. That's what he said, I think. Gino, get that bank account going, my guy. Get it rolling. Gino was complaining about how he had to spend $75K over the last 4 years being in a relationship with Jasmine. Guess what, buddy? You may be spending over $100,000 for the next couple of years, 18 years. Yo, I'm so bad. I shouldn't be laughing. I really shouldn't be laughing.
Remove conditions from her green card, okay? To get her permanent 10-year card. She's on a 2-year probationary card right now. And the only way she can do it on her own is if she's divorced. So if I divorce her right away, I'm giving her the green light to get that card.
And then you got Gino out here doing his own little darkness. He's out here trying to prevent a divorce purely to avoid Jasmine getting a green card that quickly. So therefore she has to get deported. But there's more to that information that he doesn't know about.
You're going to have to bring an action within 3 years.
Oh my God.
One thing we haven't considered is that Jasmine could file for divorce in Florida.
The person that initiates divorce is where the state that it's going to be handled in.
Correct.
Precisely. It's crazy though, because at the end of the day, Gino is now recognizing that he can't actually, wait to divorce Jasmine. He's better off trying to divorce her ASAP rather than later on. So his whole plan to divorce her later on ain't gonna work, because really and truly, if he wants any power, doing it immediately is the key thing. And as we reported, obviously, yesterday, we did see that Jasmine came out with the documentation of her showing that she has now pretty much filed for divorce. But at the same time, there was also information that said that Gino had actually filed divorce before her via his lawyer. And obviously, based on this episode here, we are now witnessing his lawyer coming out and saying to him, listen, you need to initiate divorce before she does it. So is this proof that maybe Gino is the one that initiated divorce before Jasmine, and Jasmine ignored it and then decided to do it herself because she wanted the power to be in her hands? Ooh, that's always going to be the killer question.
Really, this is jacked.
Or taking a chance the longer you wait. She could leave the country or be deported, and now that complicates things as far as you trying to get a hold of her and just cost you more money.
So getting Jasmine deported actually isn't a good idea for him. It would prolong a whole lot of things. Because especially when it comes to the divorce. So I guess Jasmine is going nowhere. Otherwise, Gino's going to be liable for that baby. When people think they're smarter than the system, and the system catches you out. Or when people think they're smarter than the other person and the other person's actually smarter than them. The whole thing is a calamity.
He's actually convinced me that I need to take action now, files for a divorce, so I can take control of the divorce and have it in Michigan.
Exactly.
We don't know what she's going to do next. I don't know what she's thinking in that crazy mind of hers.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I can... So now it really does raise the question, who filed for divorce first? One thing that we do know is that obviously when it came to Jasmine saying that she filed for divorce, we've seen the date. The date showed that she filed for this last month, or at least it was publicized on the newspaper a month ago. That's when it was put out there a month ago, okay? Gino, I guess, obviously should come out and let us know, obviously, when he filed. Did he file before or after Jasmine? Or has he even filed in general? Well, his lawyer says he has filed, so it's a matter of figuring out when did he file for divorce. Was it way before Jasmine or not? Jasmine claimed that Gino's the one that's been avoiding her from serving him. Well, the question is, though, is that a lie? And really and truly, she's been avoiding Gino serving her? At the end of the day, we got a battle of two people here where they want this divorce to happen in each of their own freaking state, whether that be Michigan or Florida. Bear in mind, though, if Jasmine never left Michigan and she stayed in Florida, I guess they wouldn't be in this little situation per se. Still be in a divorce situation, but just not in a war of who's got to do it first. But then again, whoever does it first is still a factor, isn't it? Whew. Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, folks, and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.